more than just shenanigans. Get more with that. Postman. What do you think of this jacket? Half shirt, half jacket. Best of both. Like lunch. Or sunshine. I got tools.
Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, good people? Happy Monday to you. Got through this weekend, got the win in Kansas City. That seems to be on everybody's mind. That and all of the bitching and moaning about the tush push. Just watched the first of the Monday Night Footballs, the Texans and the Buccaneers. That was an incredible game. All the games this weekend have been fire. All of them. There were a lot of back and forth games, but this past weekend's had to be one of the best football weekends I've seen in a long time, where all of the games were just like fire. So, and we got through ours. We got our licks in, and it was ugly, and it was a fight, and it was a defensive battle, because we had guys on defense that was balling, and Kansas City, Chris Jones was balling, even though he was crying at the end. But that's part of the game, I guess. But yeah, it was great weekend for football. Great weekend for football. It was all of the games were better than advertised, for sure. For sure. But we are in the 2-0 crew. I don't know how many of them there are left, but we are in the 2-0 crew. Kansas City is reeling because they haven't started 2-0, and I don't know how long. I don't know how long it's been since that's happened. But all right, Justin Herbert scrambling for a first down, but there's a flag on the play, probably holding. So we'll see. Appreciate that function. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. You know what it is. Going to throw slants at AJ. We're going to talk about AJ in a minute. I got to get some stuff. Let me see. I was doing on that. Let me see if I can find that video I did today. If y'all haven't checked out my video, I dropped 2 videos a day. One was about the AJ Brown play, and then another one was about Andrew Makuba. But the Makuba one is available to members. That'll be up public tomorrow at 8 a.m. But if you are a member, you can see it now. That's one of the things I'm starting to do, especially when I break down film. I'm going to open it up to members early. So hopefully when I get enough members, I'm going to start doing members only content. So like have a Q&A session, get everybody on the call, that sort of thing. So that's coming. But we got everything done. And it was a pretty good. Appreciate it, Tiff. You like both of them. Um, but yeah, the first one I did was a direct result of everybody talking about we got to get AJ Brown the ball. Yes, we do. But that is a very level conversation. And I say this all the time. You guys hear me say this all the time. The other guys get paid too. Everybody over there on the defense, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, all of those guys get paid too, and they ain't scrubs. And Spags is a good defensive coordinator. He didn't just forget. We just got the best of him in the Super Bowl, but he ain't forget how to coach. As you saw in that game, he had pretty much had us bottled up. So we made the least amount of errors. That's why we won that game. And the defense came through. Defense still wins championships. But we're going to end up getting the ball to A.J. Brown. That play I went over, the A.J. Brown play. Oh, there we go. I could bring it up now. That A.J. Brown play showed me something, because that first play, the first play from scrimmage should have been a touchdown. First play from scrimmage should have been a touchdown. Uh-oh, why is this not popping up? Hold on. Second screen. There we go. That first play should have been a touchdown. Now, can you imagine what the conversation would have been like if on the very first play we hit him with another dagger? The very first play. And it was open. It was open. I'm going to play this in the background so you can see what I'm talking about. But, like, here's AJ down here. Let me see if I can get my draw up. Hold on for a second. Oh, shoot. I can do it? Oh, yeah. So here's AJ down here. He was wide, and when I say wide, he was wide ass open. And you know Jalen was you can see his eyes on that play. When he tried to when he dropped back, I'm gonna stop it right when he gets to the top of his drop back, you can see where he's looking at. AJ comes in motion. There, because on the film I keep running it back, but you can see where Jalen's eyes are. Hold on, I'm gonna get this one. Come on. There we go. All right, you can't see it. But in any case, I ain't messing around with it no more. Jalen should have been, his eyes was right here. His eyes was looking that way. He couldn't get it because we missed the block and he got himself in trouble. That's why we couldn't make that play. But it was there. Look at him, look at AJ throwing his hands up. It was there. It was absolutely there. So I say all of that to say that is just one of those missed opportunities that it was what it was. We had them open. We had the right play call. Everything was working, but one guy missed the block. That one guy missed the block, and it screwed everything up. And it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The one piece on the assembly line gets messed up, and the whole product, the whole play gets blown out of the water. So I'm like, maybe they need to put Latu as the blocking tight end, because Latu was lighting folks up. He was lighting folks up all night. He is not afraid to hit. You know, I believe Latu is a Polynesian, and you know how them Polynesian players, they pack a punch, and they ain't scared to get it. They ain't scared at all. So they're going to have to make some changes right now, because we got to get better blocking from our tight ends. Dallas Goedert is a good blocker. He's not a great blocker. Because I saw some times last year where Dallas Goedert it was not good as far as the blocking goes. But for the most part, he does a good enough job to free somebody, or he gets his butt around, wheels his hips around, so the running back can run off his back. But Calcaterra and Granson, we got to do a better job blocking. They are big and athletic, but as far as, bringing the hips and bringing the body and moving the end off the line of scrimmage and breaking that contain, they were struggling. They was on the struggle bus with it. Yeah, everybody want the old players back too. Everybody want the old players back. So, Tyler, I can't argue with you, bro. I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you. That's making me think that we're going back to the 2023 offense. And this is the thing that I think about. So 2023 or 2022, Shane Steichen, we go to the Super Bowl, then we lose Shane Steichen, then we get Brian Johnson from in-house, and then it's Nick Sirianni's offense. And I'm cool with that. But the offense just doesn't open up. Like you said, it's boring. And here's how I knew, or at least here's why my eyebrow arched on Sunday. Because I believe we ran it twice where we ran that trips left. It's either trips left or right, and they run that quick screen. As soon as Jalen gets the ball, he's throwing it to the right, and they're trying to break something. I think Devontae Smith may have had a good play with that where he got like 11, 12 yards or something like that. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, up, here we go. We back to the Sirianni offense. And you got to be able to open it up. That's the Sirianni offense that when we went down to Tampa Bay in 2023, we didn't have an answer for the blitz. And we got our asses handed to us. So I would have thought that maybe it evolved a little bit, but that just lets me know last year that was all Kellen Moore. That was all Kellen Moore. Jalen Hurts now is not even throwing the ball as good as he did when Doug Peterson was here. His rookie year? Second year, whatever that was. So it has to evolve. It has to evolve. But like I said, they got until week 4 to get this together. They got until week 4, until the pitchforks and the torches are going to come out. I'm guaranteeing you. So we playing the Rams at home. There's no reason we shouldn't win this game. No reason we shouldn't win this game. However, if y'all remember last year, that defense is no joke. Jared Verse is no joke. Lane Johnson better be ready. Lane Johnson better be ready. Mailata better be ready. Because they're looking for some get back. The Rams are looking for some get back from last year. So we got to be ready and prepared, and ain't no excuses this time because we in great weather. It's going to be great weather in Philly, unless maybe we get some rain or something like that. But even that's a hell of a lot better than the snow that piled on. That didn't really pile on, but it did snow pretty good towards the end of that game. And the weather was a factor. Not the case this year. And what do you always say in a game like that? Well, if the weather had been good, it may have been a different outcome. We're going to learn today. Somebody going to F around and find out. So, but as far as the offense goes, Patullo, the criticism is warranted. Let me say that. But I know first-time play caller, you got to give him time to get his feet wet. But when you're trying to get back to where you just were and you still have one of the best teams in the league, we got to go. We got to go. We can't wait. You got to open this thing up. Not now, but right now. So, I don't want to see no trips left and right, screen passes. And the next video that I'm working on is Saquon. Go back and look at the game Every time Jalen Hurts was under center, Saquon Barkley got positive yards on the run. Every time. Running backs do not want to line up and gun and go side to side. Take that step, that that timing step to the right and to the left. We want to go straight downhill. And it always ticks me off is because I'm looking at all these other games. I was watching Bucky Irvin tonight, Bijan Robinson the other night. I'm looking at all these running backs. Even tonight, I just saw Ashton Genty. They line up in ace formation about 7 yards deep, and the quarterback reverses out and just hands them the ball and makes sure that that ball is as wide as humanly possible. And then as soon as they get the ball, the running back usually gets the ball 4.5 to 5 yards deep, where you still got plenty of time to look at the whole entire line and make the right read, make the right cut, do what you got to do. Why do we don't do that? For whatever reason, we do the offsides pitch where we go to the weak side, and sometimes we can catch them sleeping, or we tend to run inside the tackles, and that's fine. But you gotta get them. You gotta stretch that defensive line out to loosen that up, loosen that defense up. Because if they think you're going outside, that sets up your cutback lanes. So I'm kind of the opposite. You don't go inside to outside, you go outside to in. Because the defense does not want you, as a running back, they don't want you to get around to the outside, especially not somebody like Saquon. They want to keep you contained on the inside, because if they can keep you inside, you got more help. First, you got to get through the defensive line. Then you got to get past the linebackers. Then you got to get past the safeties. So you got 3 levels of help when you force the running backs to run tackle to tackle. But let somebody get outside one time. What happens? Everybody's chasing. The edge, if I get outside your contain, I'm gone. That means the only people out there that's left is possibly a linebacker if they're in the correct coverage. If they're in a cover 2 zone or something like that, and the linebackers have the curls and the flats, then it might be somebody out there. Then you got the deep, the safeties, or the cornerbacks, depending on, are they in cover 3? Are they in Tampa 2? Or are they in quarters? What, you got somebody out there. But again, they're chasing. Or they got to come up to make the tackle. And by the time they get up, we 5 to 10 yards. That's positive yards. So you got to stretch the defense out. Then you set up your cutback lanes and let Saquon do Saquon things. We don't set that up at all. We don't set it up at all. So I don't know. It does look similar to like Brian Johnson did, to where everybody knows what we're running, and we don't have a counter to the hot routes and the blitzes and all of that type of stuff. We got to get better at that. And we got to be able to get the ball into the short, middle. That's where A.J. Brown can do his best work. I don't mind throwing him slants. Everybody's saying that as a joke, but A.J. Brown is one of the best in the business at yak yards. He can break a tackle, and he'll turn that 5-yard pass into a 15 to 20-yard splash play. He's done it before. So we got to find a way to get him the ball, get him involved early and often in the offense, and just come up with a better game plan. Because what we're doing right now, I can't say it's not working because we 2-0. Because remember the rules. Don't forget the rules. If we're winning, you're nitpicking. If we're losing, you're complaining. And right now we nitpicking. Because we 2-0. It's an ugly 2-0. Jalen Hurts has not thrown for a lot of passing yards. And it has to be better because we're forcing our offense to struggle. And it shouldn't have to be that way. Because I'm seeing all of these other inferior teams have an opportunity to drop their quarterback back, 5 or 7 step drop, and get the ball out where it needs to go. It's that simple. What's up, Shorty? It's that simple. So I don't know. I don't know what Patulo is seeing. I don't know what if the playbook is the same playbook as Brian Johnson 2 years ago. It sure looks like it is, but I don't know that. But I tell you what, we gonna play week 3, and then we gonna play week 4, and then by that time, so we got 2 more games, and by that time, you'll be able to tell if the offense is stagnated. It is what it is. Are we getting better? You'll be able to answer those questions. After the 4th game, school's out. It is what it is. If you don't like the way your team looks after game 4, you got a legitimate gripe. If our offense is still putting up 120 yards a game, weeks 4, 5, and 6, you got a reason to gripe. Will it be another situation where the offensive coordinator, or will it be a situation where the offensive coordinator gets booted before the end of the year? I hope not. I hope he can find his footing by that time. I don't think that'll be the case. That matter of fact, I know it won't be the case. That's a little extreme, unless something drastic happens. Him and Jalen get in a fist fight or something goofy like that. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So, um, if this is indeed Nick's offense, JM, and that's what I'm leaning towards, then they definitely have to change some things about this offense because it's not working. We shouldn't have to lean on Jalen Hurts scrambling our offense out of trouble every time. Every time. Even if they playing zone defenses and match coverage and things of that nature, there still should be holes in the defense that you can exploit. And I don't want to say we haven't figured out how to do it. We just not doing it. I don't know how that sounds, but we just not doing it. So, Key Shorty, yeah, yeah, I got no rebuttal for that. So I'm giving it 2 more games. Like I said, week 4. I do not give an opinion about the Eagles until week 4. And my logic is by week 4, you done got rid of all secrets. By week 4, every team has game film on you. Every team. Every team has film on every other team. By week 4, you know who your starting 22 roughly is. We still don't have the answer to that question because we still trying to figure out what we gonna do with Adoree Jackson. I'd be curious to see is Vic Fangio gonna start him in week 3? Is Jacorian Bennett as good as we think he is, or is he in the same boat? That's a scary thought. So we got some questions we got to answer, and we got 2 weeks to do it. 2 weeks to do it. 88s, what's going on, 88s? Nah, not this week. Last week told me everything I knew I wanted to know about Adoree. Last week told me that because he got toasted in game 1. And game 2, once again, game 1, CeeDee Lamb drops passes. Game 2, Patrick Mahomes misses a wide open receiver after Makuba falls down. Uh-oh. Give me 1 second. I gotta go get me some water. My throat is about to be dry as hell. Hold on. Where's my I used to have a be right back. So I got that. Let me see. I gotta get some water. My throat dry AF. Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all. Oh, that's better. All right. Ooh. You know, when you start talking and your throat get real dry. That's what I felt like. All right, we good. But yeah, Adoree Jackson, we got to figure out, um, Vic, you got to make a decision, bro. You got to make a decision. Um, I said it after the Cowboys game, and it looked like that during the Kansas City game. If I am an opponent, I am going to his side at him every time. I'm putting people in motion. I am shifting. I am adjusting my formations so I can attack CB2 all game. Any coach worth their salt is going to do the same thing. That's what Kansas City did. Force him to make the plays. Force him to show that he can play. So, I'm gonna check that out, Alex. Hold up. How come I can't? You know what? Every time I try to do that, it doesn't let me. I can't cut paste in the because I'm behind the scenes in StreamYard. It won't let me cut paste it, but I'm gonna get it. Hold on for a second. Oh, I saw that. I saw that from Anthony DeBona. I saw that. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't worry about that too much because I saw the play that he was talking about, and from my perspective, in my opinion, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought that he was. I thought he just got tied up looking at the guy he was guarding. I don't think it was a situation where he just like didn't want to get off or didn't want to fight off his block. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe that. I know it looks bad, but um, yeah, I didn't think that at all. I didn't think that at all. So let's see if I can. That was Anthony DeBona's post. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, we're gonna get to these nutheads. We gonna get to Adam Schefter bitching. Like, stop playing with me, dude. Like, stop playing with me. There we go. No, that's not it. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. Yeah, we gonna get to these assholes. Like Adam Schefter. I ain't never thought Adam Schefter would be on me. But after hearing this, and this is the thing that people gotta realize, right? Um, Adam Schefter doesn't just make this shit up. There is somebody in every organization that is tasked with calling Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Dan Palacero, all of these guys to leak specific information. It might be the man. It might be the man sitting next to the man. It might be the man sitting next to the man sitting next to the man. But every team has some type of liaison that their job is to, hey, hey, Adam, just a heads up. And that's how that information gets out. He ain't psychic. He didn't come up with all of this stuff on his own. And his sources work for the teams. It is a controlled leak of information. That's all it is. He's not getting these stories, not pulling these stories out of his ass. It is a controlled leak of information. And the reason why I say that is because how come all of this time, even at the end of last year, even after the vote in the owners meeting, wasn't nobody bitching and moaning like this? Now all of a sudden, y'all gonna bring this up again because can't nobody else do it? Even though a couple of teams tried to, they still trying. Buffalo should be banned since they voted against it. But they still trying and still can't do it. Let me say it like that. They're still trying and still can't do it. And it's not that we can't. What happens if, because they are going to change it. And what's disingenuous now is you seeing all of these reports. Everybody's like, well, they're definitely going to ban it this year, or in the next owners meeting. They're definitely going to, and it's like we knew that after the last owners meeting. We were saying that after the last owners meeting. After I heard that conversation from Jason Kelsey, he went on WIP and like gave his perspective of how it went down, what they asked him about, what they asked him for. And I was like he gave like a real world. You thought that he would be like, no, we got to keep it. And his explanation of it made sense to me. And he was like, if you guys think that these owners are just bullshitting around or don't like somebody, he was like, it's all about business in there. And the reason why it didn't get voted down was because there were some people in there that was like, no, we're not going to penalize one team because they do it better than everybody else. And there was a lot of people that had that same sentiment. And Jason Kelsey even admitted, he was like, I didn't think it was going to last. And he said he gave, if I remember correctly, he gave like for and against points. Like he talked it up, but he understood why they wanted to get rid of it. So, and I'm saying all that to say that they weren't in the meeting just bullshit and just trying to gang up on Jeffrey Lurie. Like it's a serious conversation, and everybody was giving their points, and he said everybody listened to him and acknowledged him and respected his opportunity to get up there and share some of his thoughts on the situation. Go back and listen to that, because when I heard it, that was not how he explained it, was not what I was expecting. Not at all. Yeah, I saw the commission at the game. But they're gonna vote again. And like I just remember after the vote, everybody was happy that the tush push wasn't banned. But we were like, yeah, this is probably the last go round. This is probably the last go round. So make it worth his while. Get your licks in, make it worth your while. Cause after this year, we knew that. We knew that. And it just, it didn't have all of this bitching and moaning. Like I ain't never seen it like this, where you had three guys on the network shows that were bitching about the damn tush push. And I was like, y'all sound like a bunch of babies. Big ass babies. Because nobody would have said shit about the tush push if we would have lost that game. They would have went right into telling us how great Patrick Mahomes was and he did everything to win and just blah, blah, blah. But you know what? We came out with the dub. How you like me now? So do I already know that the people that want to get it banned, now it's a lot more noise, because it seems like to me, because of what Dean Blandino said on the broadcast. Dean Blandino was bitching on the nationally televised broadcast. Is he gonna get fined? I was like, out of all the bitch made stuff I've ever seen, you gonna bitch about our play on the broadcast. I'm done with the tush pushing. What? That ain't your job. Your job is to say, yeah, I think that was a foul, or I think they should have picked up that flag. And you gonna go pull a bitch move like that? Like the refs can't officiate it correctly, and I'm like, how come the ref didn't have no problem when they called us offsides a couple of times last year? They didn't have no problem doing that. Now all of a sudden the refs can't officiate it correctly. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense, dude. It just made all of the people who were so against it, it made them look like idiots. Just idiots, dude. That was horrible. That was horrible. I was like, Dean Blandino, we ain't asking your opinion. We know who the people that like it and the people that don't. It's been documented. It's been said a million times. There's a ton of content created. There's been shows about it. All of that type of stuff. So we know who's who. This ain't nothing new. We've been dealing with this shit for 2 years, 3 years. And all of a sudden, now you want to go bitch made. Kansas City lost the game in March. That's when they voted to keep the tush push in. Adam, are you for real? Are you for real? You went on Get Up, a national show on live TV, and you really said that shit? It ain't had nothing to do with Andrew Makuba's interception. It ain't had nothing to do with how our defense is played. It ain't have nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes missing a wide open receiver on a busted coverage. It didn't have nothing to do with Travis Kelce dropping the ball on the goal line and we getting that pick. Didn't have nothing to do with none of that. It's because we were able to do the tush push. And yet and still, it was only a 3-point victory. Get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. That shit was that shit pissed me off. That pissed me off. Because now they just bitching and moaning. Acting like little girls. Tattletaling. Say, what did Cat Williams say? Didn't your grandmama tell you not to be such a motherfucking tattletale? Oh, that pissed me off so bad. Yeah, I saw that, Tiff. I saw that. Rest assured, when you see stuff like that, most of the time, those guys are going to get fined when you see plays like that. Because just like with the Jalen Carter spit thing, with Spitgate, right? Cameras everywhere. Jalen Carter was stupid. The ref was right behind him. It's like, bro, what are you thinking? And that dude's probably going to get fined about 10, 12 grand for that. For sure. They are trying to take this unsportsmanlike element out of the game. I cannot stress that enough. I wish that I could video like the Zoom meetings that I get a chance to attend and what we talk about in these competition Zoom meetings. And what I can tell you is they are giving the best effort to try to get this crap out of the game. And it's coming from a very purist point of view. And I understand that. And even some of the fellas, when we be in the meetings, some of the other OGs in the meetings, we complain about it too. Some like we think the roughing the passer is going too far. If you make a tackle and hit somebody in the head, that's going too far because at some point in time, you still got to play football. You still got to play football. But they are going at it because they are trying to remove it. Because you got to remember the underlying thing that's driving all of this is that the NFL knows it's a global game now. The NFL knows that. They are a global brand. You go to Germany, you go to London. Now, and you know, where did they play before? We probably gonna end up in Australia. Don't get it twisted. And now we got major players who are Australian, started out in rugby. Now they making a mark. I'm surprised we haven't played a game in American Samoa and or Nigeria. Because we got all of these Nigerian and all of these Polynesian players, and they are over here wrecking shop. A lot of these guys from Africa and the Polynesian, Latu, just talked about him. Moro Ojomo. I don't know what his background. I'm assuming it's Nigerian, but I could be wrong. But you understand what I'm saying. Josh Uche. All of them. All of them. These boys come over here ready to ball because they are hungry. There's a difference between being hungry and wanting something to eat. A lot of these guys from these big ass schools over here in the States, they just want something to eat because they done had it so good their whole athletic career. They went to IMG, then they went to Notre Dame, then transferred to O State, then transferred to Texas. They didn't transfer 11 times. And now they an 8th-year senior and about to, enter the draft and they're about to turn 30. That's what it seems like. Yeah, Drew Makuba. Absolutely. Absolutely, Q. So it's the NFL knows it is a global brand now. I'd like to say that I had something to do with that a little bit because I was over there in the World League in the early 90s, getting them people over in Scotland and Germany and Amsterdam and Barcelona and London, bringing all them people to the games. Let me show y'all a picture real quick. Watch this. Y'all gonna laugh at this. I'm in the Wayback Machine right now. Y'all gonna trip out. Y'all gonna trip out. Where's it at? Where's it at? Let's see if I can do this. Where's my picture at? I know it's in here. There we go. Y'all gonna trip out when y'all see this. Open with photos. Y'all ready for this? This is back in the day. This is 1996. This is 1996. Y'all gonna laugh. Go ahead and put the laugh emojis in the chat because I know it's coming. Go ahead and put the laugh emojis in the chat because I know it is coming. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. 1996. Uh-oh. There we go. Scottish Claymore is 1996. I was about 200 pounds. I was probably a little bit heavier than that. That second year, I was like 210. I bulked up. Going back, no, that was the third year. That was the 97. This picture was from 96 because I switched to 40. First year, I believe I was 26, and I changed it to 40 because 40 was the number I wore in college. I was a Gale Sayers fan. But yeah. Do I have a picture with my pony sneakers on? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, dude. Let me see. Hold on. Ponies. I don't know if you can't see them. Yeah. You won't be able to see it. Uh-oh. I got too many hold on, I got too many things to open. One, close that window. We got that. And there we go. Now, let me see if I can. I don't think I can change this, but let me close it. Let me see if I got. I don't think I have. Let me see. The only thing I can think of is let me see. This might do it. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me see if I can NFL films. There we go. Now, this is 1993. That's Bubby Brister at quarterback. I am the tailback. You can't see me yet. And we are on our own goal line coming out. And I end up getting the first down. As you can see, you see big Antone Davis right here. He was our He was our second round pick. Uh-oh. Oh, dang it. I done lost the daggone. There we go. So look at right here. I forget what his name was, but see those right there? Those are ponies. Those are some ponies up there. And watch what happened when I get the ball. I'm spattered all the way, carrying over, got the tape over those are ponies. Those are ponies right there, right? But I get through, barely get back to the second level. And in that second play, I think I get a first down on this second play. It's a screen pass. I'm the check down. Nobody's open. Give me the ball. I get out. First down. Yep, pass the first down. So, but yep, did all of that with ponies on. Got to represent the ponies. Look at that. Them heavy ass shoes. And that sorry ass vet turf. Oh my God. Bring back memories, man. Bring back memories. So yeah. Those were the ponies, man. Hope you guys got your good laugh in for my ponies. Did what I had to do back in the day. Did what I had to do. Let me see. Turn that down. Chargers up 10-6 on the Raiders. Where is Game Channel? There we go. So yeah, man. Big ass shoulder pads. Hey, for sure, bro. For sure, them shoulder pads was huge. But that's the way we did it back in the day, man. That's the way we did it. Yes, that was the vet. The world's worst turf. All of the rumors were true. Anything you've ever heard about the vet turf is absolutely 100% true. It was rough, had no bounce on it. There was a seam in it where the Phillies played right at second base that took a lot of guys' ankles and knees. Hell, we used to go to walk through and we would trip over that. So that was, yeah. The first game I ever played at the vet, I remember getting in the shower after the game and just my body, I just had stinging sensations everywhere. And it was like, just imagine if somebody rubbed sandpaper on your arm and then poured lemon juice over it. Up, Chargers just scored? Yep, Chargers just scored. So just imagine that. If you somebody just sandpaper and then just rub lemon juice on you and you feeling it. You feeling it. And I remember the first time I got in the shower after the game, and I was like, what in the world? Like bees was stinging me, but it was all of those rug burns from getting tackled and sliding on that turf. And it just gives those kind of like hidden rug burns that you don't really notice it until you feel it, until you jump in the shower and then that water hits it in that soap. And yeah, it was not good. It was not good. So, but it was what it was. That's what we had to play on. That's what we played on. So couldn't really bitch about it. They wasn't gonna change it. So, yeah, Tiff, it was yeah, and the vet doesn't get a bad rap, but I will say this: I did a video about this last year. I'm about to dig it up. This was after. Who was that did that? Fred Warner's wife. Y'all remember that? Remember when we played the 49ers and Fred Warner's wife went on social media and was just talking about how scared she was to walk into the link. And then that story kind of went viral and everybody was talking about how bad the Eagles fans are and all that type of stuff. And of course, everybody brings in throwing batteries at Santa Claus, forgetting the fact that shit happened in the 60s. That was not a recent when they bring up the story about throwing batteries at Santa Claus, snowballs at Santa Claus, that the snowballs happened in the 60s. That shit was not recent. That was years ago, but they kept bringing it up and kept bringing it back to life. But I remember doing a video 2 years ago where I found stories and videos, YouTube videos, all of the fights and all of the shit that used to go down in all of these other stadiums. And I was like, y'all can't say nothing about Eagles fans. Dallas, the Rams, the 49ers, the Raiders, uh, who else? The Cardinals, every other NFL stadium, they was getting thrown hands, haymakers, girls rolling down the they fighting in the stands and they end up rolling over the seats and rolling down. Everybody. Dallas, y'all can't talk about no damn body. Y'all own fans got in the fights with each other leaving the stadium. Somebody got knocked out. Face down in the bathroom, on the bathroom floor. Ugh. So they was wilding out everywhere. And it's like, I thought that was just in Philadelphia. Hell no. Anytime you get sports and alcohol, somebody gonna turn up. Somebody gonna turn up. So ain't really much you can do about that. But stop trying to play like it only happens in Philly. Give me a break. Give me a break. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, man. So it's yeah, they did all of that stuff. And then like I said, Fred Warner's wife said what she said. But then there was a guy, he looked like he was a Hispanic dude from San Francisco. And he released a video that went viral. And basically he was like laying it on the line, like, listen, if you are thin-skinned, you probably don't want to go to watch a game in Philadelphia. If you can't take a joke, you probably don't want to go to a game in Philadelphia. He was just listing all this stuff. He was like, now, if you can take it as well as you can give it, you'll be all right. And he was saying, he was like, they not gonna do nothing to you. He was like, and if you talk back to them, they'll respect you. Like, he went on this whole thing, and he was a 49ers fan. And he was basically telling everybody, it was like, stop with the bullshit. If you can't take what you dish out, Philadelphia is not for you. Just don't go. And I was like, man, respect to this dude, because he kept it real. So yeah, we did have a jail in the stadium. That was real. That was real. Like, folks was wilding out. Folks was wilding out. But I guess the thing is, don't act like that stuff didn't happen in other stadiums, because it did. And Philadelphia is not the worst. Not by a long shot. Not when they were still in Oakland, the Raiders, they had it was bodies popping up in them games. Folks getting killed in the stands. They wasn't, it was a whole other set of circumstances out there. So don't talk about the Eagles and the link and all of that type of stuff. What they was doing out on that West Coast was straight scandalous. They was unaliving people out there. With the gangs and all of that kind of stuff that was going on. The Oakland Raiders, woof, that was a rough go of it. Very rough. Did they just throw another pick? Damn, Gino, that's 2 picks tonight. They wrote you off, Gino. You forgot to write back. Or maybe you did write them back. Is it Patullo or just good defense? Ben, it's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. The other guys on the other side of the ball get paid too. But we had some issues with blocking. We had a play. I don't know if you were here when I started the thing. I showed the video. I just released the video on my channel. It's part of my film study when I was talking about uh, how did Jalen Hurts miss a wide open AJ Brown? Well, the reason why he missed him was because our tight ends didn't get the block on the edge. The edge puts pressure on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts tucks the ball and runs, then fumbles it. And then Cal Katera, the man that missed the block in the first place, lands on the fumble. Meanwhile, AJ Brown is running down the field like this. Anytime you get a number one receiver that's waving their hand, that means he's wide ass open. But because of the failure in blocking, Jalen never had a chance to look at him. Never had a chance to throw the ball. So, yeah, Candlestick and Oakland. Absolutely. It was both. It was both. They ain't playing Oakland and Candlestick. I remember Candlestick was because when I played the year I traveled to San Francisco, and that was when they would have the baseball diamond would be part of the field. I remember that. So, but back to Patullo. It's not all on Patullo, but it's on Patullo. And I'm looking at the offense, and immediately I'm getting 2023 vibes, and I don't want that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've already seen the play where we went trips right, and we threw that halfback or wide receiver screen immediately to the left or to the right. I think that we did it with Devontae Smith one time, and it just, as soon as I saw that, I was like, no, we are not going back to that nonsense. Please, we can't go back to that. Because that's the play you call when you can't think of nothing else. When time is running out, you got to get a play in. And then you panic, or whatever the situation is, you don't get a play in. So you know what? Jalen knows that this one works. Screen left. Whenever they line up in trips, I always get worried. Because that means we can't think of nothing else to do. Because you're not getting good offense from that. Maybe Devontae will break something happen. He'll break a tackle and make something happen. Maybe AJ will do the same thing. Maybe Dallas Goedert will sneak underneath. So we got to get better than that. And the thing is, Kevin Patullo knows that. He knows that. He don't want to be promoted to fan. So it is what it is when it comes to him. I'm giving him a little bit more grace. I'm giving him the next 2 weeks because, like I said, I don't really evaluate the team until week 4. Week 4, we've seen enough. We've seen things. We've seen the pressures. Maybe some teams have been up by a lot, and it was like a homecoming game. And some teams, like we saw tonight with Tampa Bay, got to battle their way out of it. So, yeah, I think they need to work on that and evolve it, because what they got now, they got a blitz pickup package. It's just not good enough, in my opinion. So you're not wrong. They got to do some new stuff. Definitely got to do some new stuff. Thank God we got Saquon. Yeah. And we're gonna have to open it up. And again, I'm a big proponent of use your run to set up the pass. Use your run to set up the pass. Get Saquon going outside. From the rip. Toss pitch. Zone read. Outside the tackles. Find a way to make that happen. That loosens everything up. That loosens the gut of the defensive line, and you can really stretch them out. And then once you stretch out a defense because they think you run into the outsides, then you can pick your lanes and mosey on inside and get you about 5 to 7 yards. But you got to set it up first. And right now, we ain't setting it up. I was surprised as hell when they lined up in under the center and then running them plays to the outside. It's like we need more of that. Why don't we just it's like throw it all out, start over, and just put the stuff in that works. Thank God we got Saquon. So we'll see. Can I get on the phone and call him? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. How about new? Yeah, and let me be honest with you again. When you set the tempo from under center, play action is so much better. So much better. Because Saquon and Jalen running that fake out of gun formation does not work. It doesn't. Doesn't work at all. That's a waste. You could run play action from under center, stick that ball out as far as you can, because football is an instinctual sport. And I don't care what defense, I don't care if they're in cover 1, cover 2, Tampa 2, quarters. I don't care what defense the defense is running. When they see ball, they want to get ball. That's the shortcut we used to say. See ball, get ball. So as a quarterback, I need to get the ball to my running back, sticking my arm out and making sure he can get the ball in his pocket while he's still 5 yards deep. Because if he's 5 yards deep, you got some room to maneuver and you can get things done going downhill. But they got it. I don't know why Kevin Patullo just doesn't like to do that. Or at least this offense doesn't. I don't know. They got to figure something out because, like I said, the Rams are coming in here and they ain't playing. They got spanked last year, and Jared Verse, he's looking to get a little playback, a little get back, payback. So we got some things we got to work out, but it's going to get worked out. I trust. So Jalen Carter had a good game, making amends for the spit gate. He kind of had it die down pretty well. He answered the questions pretty well in the locker room, and he played his butt off. So that's always a good thing. He's in a situation where his leash is going to be short. Whatever, if the next event even happens, he's going to be skewered. But even in game 3, whenever he makes a play, they're most likely going to reference that in the playbook. Yeah, see ball, get ball, Makuba. Ben, no, I mean, technically that can happen. That's not out of the realm of possibility. But when you're at the pro level, what you do is you start out with your playbook. That super thick 3-inch binder playbook, which is now what? A couple of terabytes on a floppy, on a thumb drive. So we just got to get it right. Got to get it right. Yes, we get wins the gritty way, but every now and then I just want to put my foot on somebody's neck and end it. So, but it's all good in the hood. It's all good. Dodgers are winning 3-1. That's all right. Rams got some injuries for sure. Rams definitely got some injuries. But it doesn't matter. If Matthew Stafford is playing, the Rams got a chance to win. Period. Period. So we got some things to work on. Can't wait until Wednesday because tomorrow's the NFL's day off, so ain't nothing gonna be going on. But I want to find out who's gonna be in the lab on Wednesday. So who's gonna be in the lab breaking down film, getting ready to take it to the next level? It's got to be Jalen. It's got to be Jalen because we got to get that. We got to get AJ off the ground. Period. What's the score? It's halftime. Geno Smith, 11 for 19, 97 yards. Justin Herbert got 133 yards. Genty, 7 carries, 30 yards. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, good route. Good route. Good route. He running. Run out of time. Drag them feet. Good catch. Good catch. What else I got in my notes? Oh yeah. So is this going to officially be called the Adoree Jackson experiment? I don't know what Vic has to do. I don't know what Vic has to see to make him make that switch. I don't. Keely Ringo could have done this. So hopefully Vic Fangio will make a decision because if I'm LA Rams, I'm going at Adoree Jackson all damn day. Don't make it complicated. You know what a weak point is? Exploit it. They got to do something though. Put up or shut up. And we will find out on Monday. Or is that a Monday night game? I don't know. Let me see. Is that a Monday night game, y'all? Chris, I'll put the link up in a minute. Oh, let me see. Yep, can't go that far. So Adoree did not do a good job, bro. He had one pass breakup, busted coverage that should have been a score. Yeah. He just, in my opinion, he's just not it. I could be wrong. He got to prove me wrong. Sunday at 1. Okay. Good. Get it done early. I was thinking about cooking. Maybe I should. I was thinking about cooking like some ribs or something like that. I got to put them on the menu. But Moro Ojomo. We talk about the Nigerians and the guys from other countries. Getting it done. Moro Ojomo had a coming out party the other day. He had a coming out party the other day. and he put it on him. And between him and what Josh Uche is doing, 6 pressures, 22 pass rush win rate, 5 hurries against the Chiefs. You see, there we go. Moro Jomo against the Chiefs, 6 pressures, 22.2% pass rush win rate, 5 hurries, 2 QB hits, 1 sack. That's how you fill up the stat line right there. That's how you get it done. So, Latu needs to be our blocking tight end. That's what Latu needs to be. Stop bullshitting with that, because it's costing us yardage. So we'll figure out a way. We'll figure out a way. But two more weeks. 2 more weeks. This week and next week. This week and next week. You're gonna look at the offense and you're gonna want a certain thing. Yeah, our defense really stepped up. Absolutely. I said this before. Adoree is Asamoah 2.0. Nnamdi Asamoah was not a bad cornerback. He was just in the wrong system. Stat line is a bingo card. Yeah. Darius Cooper in a couple plays. Yeah, Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith is a baller. And I know he was passing that around. I saw him. He talked to Devin Caney. But he just looks the part. In shape. He's a freak of nature. So he's going to look like he did when he was 26, 27 years old. And he's, 34? So he's going to just looks good. Looks good. And he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. And he's already dropping jewels in some of the national title. There's Cooper, Smith. Tennessee keeps losing. Howie needs to call about sneak. There are a lot of players that he's got on speed dial. Trust me. So if it's not gonna fit, he ain't gonna make the deal. Nnamdi was a different. That's funny. You brought back memories with that one with Nnamdi Asamoah. But for real, Nnamdi Asamoah wasn't bad. He just got with Chip Kelly, who didn't give a damn about the defense, and looked sloppy. So, I don't even know when the trade deadline is. That's a good question. Let's see if we can figure it out. See if the internet knows. November 4th. Trade deadline is November 4th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. All trades involving players on existing contracts must be finalized by this time. What happens after the deadline? Teams cannot process any more trades until the new league begins in March 2025. There you have it. There you have it. So, but all right, man. We've been rocking for an hour 15. You know, it's time for bedtime. My facial routine. So I appreciate everybody coming on the chat on the thing. Oh, you know what? Let me get because I told Chris I was going to open it up the thing. Hold on. Got to keep my word. So I'm dropping the link. Anybody wants to come up? You got a take? You got something to say? The mic is open. Should have had some cold coffee instead of this water. It's only the third quarter. Raiders are still in this game, but they're looking booty doo. They're not looking good at all. The link is in there. The link is in the building. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, too. Thanks for the reminder. What up, Chris?
What it do, Coach?
What's going on, man? Watching this game?
Oh, yeah, yes, indeed. Always appreciate the stream. The late one, especially, it's always good. I know I'm trying to be in and out because I know I got to respect the time you on over there on the East Coast, getting kind of late. But, man, just get right to it. I mean, first, I think for me, what I'm saying first couple weeks, just to start with the positives, I feel like the defense, considering the amount of guys that they've lost, we got a lot of rookies up in there. I mean, Zadarius was just brought in like last week, so I feel like the defense deserves a little bit of a little bit more of a grace period to me. This is just my personal thing, like because the amount of guys that they lost and some of the cohesion and learning Vic's defense, and I can see some of the, you can see Jihad, you can see Makuba, like you can see some of the potential that like some of these
think
guys.
They're fine. I don't think they don't need grace. I think they're fine. The only issue is CB2.
Yeah, CB2. But I mean, just in terms of like, them continuing to get better, I feel very optimistic about them continuing to get better because considering the amount of turnover that they've got and the fact that you can see the young guys flashing and the outside of CB2, you can see the other acquisitions taking place already. Right. I can see you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's the positive part. But offensively, man, look, to me, what's frustrating or disappointing is Patullo's been in the organization. He's not new. He was there last year. He was there the year before that and the year before that. So
he's been there since 2021.
He's been there since 21, before we even had AJ and Saquon. So he's been there. And the thing for me that's frustrating is, and I don't like to compare because everybody's different. It's not just so much when I watch us, we look offensively, it looks hard and it looks, as bad as it does. I watched the Giants yesterday put up 45. Oh, no, not 40. They put up 37 on that same Cowboys.
Man, I was so pissed off when they lost that game.
Yeah, well, that's because
they wasted Russ Wilson's
career day.
They wasted.
Yeah. That's probably the best performance he's ever going to have in the Giant uniform. And they wasted
exactly
because they decided they wanted to play prevent defense and they got a kicker on Dallas.
Against the Cowboys in Dallas.
And they got a kick. Yeah, and they got a Steph Curry kicker. So I'm like, they gave that game away. But the thing is, they put up 37 with ease. Yeah. They were able to get Malik Neighbors loose. Malik Neighbors played against that same Eberflus defense that AJ and them did. And he ain't better than he ain't better than AJ and Smitty right now. No. So
even close.
How can Russ take advantage of that same pretty much secondary and linebacking and defensive team that we, struggle against? And I hear the things about, well, it's early and this and that, but to me, I'm like, Patullo been there though. Yeah, he's been there. And that offensive core is the same one from last year. There's not a lot of turnover on offense. Even Detroit, like they struggle week one. They put up 50. And the biggest problem for me that I have is that I feel like whereas the defense, when they play against subpar units on offense, I'm like, the defense is going to play well. Like they play well usually, but when they play against a subpar defense or offensive team like Kansas City yesterday, I'm like, I know the defense is going to handle business. I don't feel like that about the offense. I don't know. I feel like no matter who we play, our offense is not a guarantee that we're going to do. I know the Rams are short a corner next week. Right. I'm not sure if we're going to take advantage of that. I really am not. I don't even know if it's going to matter. We should.
They got to do something with Adoree.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the way I would describe it right now, I think we have, even last year, we have a good defense. Our offense is just talented. It ain't necessarily good. It's just really talented. You know what I'm saying?
That's one way to put it.
You see, because I feel like even last year, even though the defense was the better unit statistically, the offense was still more talented if you look at names, if you look at, caliber of players based on where they were drafted, whatever, however you value players. Like the star-studded side was the offense, not the defense, but the defense was the better unit. And it looks like so far this year, we seeing the same trend where the offense is more star-studded, bigger name guys, big money put onto that side of the ball. But it looked like the defense right now it's trending to be towards the better unit again. And I'm not just looking at 2 weeks, because
Pretty
this is
much.
just a continuation of last year, if you ask me.
Pretty much. And even with the whole situation with Adoree Jackson,
Yeah,
defense
even
is
with
still pitching a shutout.
exactly. And that's with the defense still looks more promising, and that's with a
Yeah.
glaring weak spot. The offense doesn't have a glaring weak spot if you look at the personnel.
Well,
So how is the defense? Yeah, how is the
the
defense
weak
looking
spot is
more promising?
Patulo. That's the problem.
And my thing is, I don't know if, because I've heard some things like, well, they're calling the offense based on the quarterback's abilities and whatnot. And I don't know how much they feel like Jalen can or can't do, but I'm like, there's no way.
I heard that earlier today.
Uh-huh.
And my rebuttal is Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball better when Doug Peterson was here.
Absolutely.
So
when Steichen was there.
Yeah. They figured out a way how to get to him, how to use him, how to make him most effective. So don't tell me it can't be done.
It can't be done. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, do we have to lead the league in passing yards? No. But we can be much better. We can be
but
much
it's
better.
Got to be competent. It's got to be competent.
Exactly. Like we can be, and like I said, it's week 2. I do understand that there's an element of they don't play in the preseason. Guys got to kind of grow. I give that. But the lows can't be this bad though. It can't be 93 yards of passing. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of it too is the lack of execution and blocking. Because I know that first play from AJ that you had on your video, that's a touchdown. If Calcaterra holds his block, that's a touchdown first play. So that does maybe change the dynamic of the game and how things go from there. You get AJ going, now they fearing him, so it opens up maybe other things later on. But still, that's one play. What about the other however many plays are in the game where it's like nobody's ever that open again? Ever. I'm like, that just can't, they got to fix that ASAP. I'm not, like I said, judgment will be passed when it's time, but I'm not of the mindset that it's just week 2. I'm like looking at like this is a trend of a guy that's been there all off season last year. I'm like, I expect better from you, dog. Even if it is week 2, I expect you to hit the ground running because you've been there.
That's fair. That's fair. They got to figure out a way to turn it down.
Yeah.
Or turn it up, I should say.
Turn it up. Because I'm not worried. Saquon is going to get his. He's the easiest guy in the offense to get the ball. All you got to do is turn and hand it to him. But AJ and Smitty, man, come on now. Like, it's got to be a way we can get them dudes loose. Has to be. Because these other teams with lesser receivers are doing that.
Exactly. And that's how I look at it. Everybody's dropping back, throwing to everybody.
Come on.
Don't tell me Jalen can't do it because he's done it at the biggest, on the biggest stage in the world. So he can do it.
No, he can do it.
Why they keep trying to limit what he can do is frustrating.
Exactly. Russ lit that same Cowboy defense up for 450 and 4 touchdowns. Come on now. And he don't have nowhere near the person. They don't have nowhere near the offensive personnel that we do. That don't make no sense. And it's week 2 for everybody, just like us. Come on now. So that's just what I want to say real quick before I had to let you go on ahead and get to your rest on the East Coast. I know it's late, but I just had to kind of, put that out there. I'm like, listen, I'm not out necessarily on Patulo in terms of, this and that, but I'm just like, I don't have this patience with him. Like, oh, it's week 2 and he's new. Nah, he been there. He been there. He was there last year firsthand. He been in the organization for 5 years. He knows Jalen. He's known all these guys coming back. And yet again, here we are where it looks like the lesser talented defense or the newer defense is going to outperform the more talented and more cohesive offense. That don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
So hopefully it just gets better.
It will. How much better is going to be the question.
That's the question.
How much better it is going to be the question. But what they got to do, so they got to find a better way to do it. I'm looking at Vic Fangio like, hey, if you trot Xavier Bennett out there again at cornerback,
man. So I'm hoping that, like you said, we'll see how much better. I mean, it'll get better. Just hopefully it's good enough to where they can really do what they should and capable of really doing, getting these guys the ball. But yeah, other than that, we'll see what happens Sunday. Like,
he got 2 weeks.
He got 2 weeks.
He got 2 weeks because it's a very interesting dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
If we are less than 150 yards passing and we win, everybody will be okay. If we lose, all hell's gonna break loose. They're gonna talk about the offense for the rest of the time until Jalen lights them up for 300 plus, or AJ Brown gets 2 touchdowns or something like that.
Right. Because I think, and this is something I'm pretty sure you know, I look at things a lot in life, or especially with the Eagles, process over results, right? We win.
Yeah.
I get it. But you on borrowed time with throwing for 150, man. Especially if Saquon not running for 200. It's only a matter of time before maybe the defense don't have it that day. Maybe they miss a few tackles.
Right.
And you got to do a little something to cover. Just the same way there's times like yesterday where the defense is carrying the offense. There's going to be some times where offensively, hey, y'all got to pick us up. We just don't have it today. Maybe Cooper misses a tackle, or maybe Queon don't have his best day. It happens. It's a long season.
Right.
So you on borrow, especially with the next 2 teams we got, the Rams and Tampa. Next week, Stafford, and with those weapons, he capable of putting up 35. It can happen.
It can definitely happen.
With McVay and the way they can do things.
And they looking for revenge too? Because we
absolutely. They coming to Philly looking for revenge. And I'm like, that might be the day where it's like, yo, Jalen, AJ, Devontae, y'all got to get us maybe 38 today. Then what?
Might
you know
be.
What I'm saying?
100% correct.
That's my only thing is that it's only a matter of time before that. It's going to happen at some point. We are not holding everybody to 20 points or less this year. It's just not realistic.
They got Bud. They got Bud on Monday Night Football. Bud Crawford.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they interviewing him now.
Oh, that's lit. That's lit. Yeah, he took care of business Saturday for sure.
Yeah, he did. And Canelo's one of my favorite boxers, dude.
Yeah, he didn't stand a chance, man.
He put on the clinic.
He was out. He was out mad. He said Bud was better than Floyd, though, from his personal, opinion.
You know what? I ain't gonna disagree with that.
Well, he fought both, so he would know more than anybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that. So
yeah, but hopefully, like you said, I'm gonna send my to you that hopefully it will get better. How much better? That's the question. And hopefully it's enough to where you give. And I think the defense, as good as the defense will be even better if they had more room for error. If they had a 14 or 20 point lead to play with, let Zadarius Smith go after the quarterback when he got to throw the ball because he down 17. Let Drew Cooper.
Remember, when you win, you nitpick. When you lose, you complain. So all we doing right now is nitpick.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how. Hey, and some people say we're a little spoiled as Eagles fans lately, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Maybe we are a little because we're
not. I don't buy that.
Yeah, well, some people say that.
Because all them other teams, if Dallas ever wins another Super Bowl, they will be insufferable.
Exactly.
No, I don't buy that.
I'm like, listen, I'm enjoying what the team do, but I just want to see the team play to the level that I feel like they're capable of playing and getting guys, going and involved. And that's all we want to see. And I think I'm hoping that the capability is there. I'm just wondering how long it'll take and how good it'll be. And hopefully it's good enough to bring this team together. And hopefully it's sooner rather than later, man, because I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. If we don't come out with a W, the next time one of these 120 passing games come, it might be all hell break loose in Philly.
Yeah, they're going to have the pitchforks and the torches on that one.
Oh, it's going to be – don't let it be Sunday, too, because then it'll really be bad.
Sunday going to be a good game because the track is going to be is going to be nice.
Okay.
And both teams are going to be running the rock.
Yeah.
So it's all about who can pass when it's needed and required.
When it's needed and required.
So we already know what Stafford is like.
Yeah, we know.
So what's going to be the thing that takes it over the top without losing the bottom?
Yeah, exactly. And the crazy part right now, I can say even about that, based on what I've seen, I'm more confident that our defense is going to find a way to make Stafford work for everything than I am the offense will take advantage of whatever the Rams got. That's just where I'm at right now.
Well, the problem with that is I hope they don't throw the 35.
Yeah.
So if they throw to Adoree Jackson's side, that might be bad for business.
Might be. It just might be. But
we're gonna find out soon.
We'll find out, yeah. But appreciate you always, Coach, man. Letting me come on my couple minutes every show, and it's always a pleasure. You got the best you got the best show in the business, Coach. I'll be here, especially now, every night.
Appreciate that, man. Tell your friends.
Sir. Yeah, I'll let them know. Like, subscribe.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Yeah, man. The Patullo thing, it hasn't gotten crazy legs yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. And if we have another sub 200-yard game passing, yeah, they coming. They coming big time. So, but all right, I'm gonna try to watch the rest of this Monday Night Football game. They still in the damn third quarter. It's 4 minutes left in the third. 20-6. And Raiders got the ball. And it ain't even the fourth quarter yet. This game gonna be over at like 2:00 in the morning. Uh-oh. Gino scrambling. So, but all right, good peoples. I'm about to bow out. Make sure you check out my videos. Make sure, and don't forget, hey, become a member. And then that way you can see all the new content before anybody else does. So I'm about to shut it down. Hope everybody had a good night. Appreciate you falling through. Don't forget, tomorrow, me and Tone are at 7:30. Me and Tone do our midweek show at 7:30 p.m. So be there or be square. But I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm gonna stream again late Wednesday night. So tomorrow I'm gonna be watching my show, Alien Earth. So that should be fun. But and let's get ready for these Rams. Y'all know what time it is. All right, Keyshorty, Tiffany, Big Ben, everybody in the chat. Chat's been fire tonight, man. Chat's been fire tonight. So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna bow out. Y'all have a good evening. Be safe out there. And I will catch you guys tomorrow on with Tone at 7:30 p.m. Me and Tone, Bald Eagles Podcast. I think that's a good name. But I'm out of here, man. I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.